Good morning, good morning.
Okay.
Let's look a second when Noach comes out of the Teva. What Hashem is telling him. It's in the article, it's page 40, it's a Perek Chet. Noach is coming out of the Teva. Look a second and look. At the beginning of Perek Tet, page 40, Pasuk Aleph. I'm really focusing on one Pasuk, but let's read the background. ויברך אלוקים את נוח ואת בניו, ויאמר להם פרו ורבו ומילאו את הארץ. There are very few people now. ומוראכם וחיתכם יהיה על כל חיית הארץ. Up till now, animals have no right to attack. Predators cannot, or not able, not permitted to attack human beings. Now that the predators have the right to attack human beings, ומוראכם וחיתכם יהיה על כל חיית הארץ, על כל עוף השמיים, וכל אשר תרמוס האדמה, וכל גדי הים. Now, up till now, Noach and his children were not permitted to eat meat, or were not permitted to kill animals to eat. Now, Hashem is giving us a green light. כל רמז אשר הוא חי לכם יהיה לאוכלה. So here the Torah is allowing us.
With the kosher sign didn't come until later.
Yeah, but this is right after the Babul. Hashem is telling Noach and his children, right now, I'm allowing you to eat meat. כירק העשב, נתתי לכם את כל. So meat for human beings is the same as grass was up till now. Why
is that change?
There are many explanations, but if you want one of the explanations is that before the Mabul, people lived hundreds of years, the universe was completely clean. Part of the punishment is that the environment and everything is going down, yes? So Hashem says you need in the modern language a protein of meat to sustain a much deeper and higher understanding is. One of the reasons why people became so corrupted is because animals and human beings were the same again. A dog in Manhattan is the same as a homeless man. The proof is I cannot touch the dog, right? I cannot eat the beak of the dog. Part of the philosophy that they developed that every living creature is the same. You, the human race, is in charge of the world. It's your choice what to do. This is the Sefer HaIkarim. Sefer HaIkarim says, you realize we are coming back to the same state. Yeah?
But Hashem told Adam, you were going to rule over the world, including the animals.
This is what Hashem told Adam. Since not everyone went to yeshiva, they went to high school.
Okay, so you're saying it was contrary to what Hashem
about
wanted.
Hundreds of thousands of people in the world.
Okay.
Of course, the superiority of a human being was before. Now, Pasuk A, we are reading here that Hashem allows them to have meat. Ach, basar benafsho damo lo tochel. Ever min achai, correct? Nathan is right. Ever min achai is the pasuk. Which means up till now you were not permitted to have meat. Now that you are permitted to eat meat, Hashem says, basar benafsho damo lo tochel. And now the pasuk we are going to focus now is pasuk Hey. ואך את דמכם לנפשותיכם את ראש. A person is killing another person, ויד כל חיה את ראשנו, even if a predator is attacking a human being, it's a, so to say, a sin on behalf of the animal. ומייד האדם, מיד איש אחיו את ראש נפש האדם. Now, listen carefully to the pasuk. Pasuk vav is really our focus. שופך דם האדם באדם, דמו יישפך.
That's the abortion.
If you spill someone's blood, your blood should be spilled. Eli is saying, what is the language shofech dam ha'adam ba'adam? What is dam ha'adam ba'adam? So look a second at Rashi, please. Look how Rashi learns. Pasuk Hey. V'hachid imchem, אף על פי שהתרתי לכם, even though Hashem allows us to slaughter, to kill an animal, את דמכם, but the blood of a human being, את ראש מהשופך דם עצמו. What is Rashi saying? מהשופך דם עצמו.
Suicide.
Not only if I kill a stranger, if I commit suicide. אחד דמכם לנפשותיכם. Even if you take your own life. Here it says openly that the man who commits suicide is over, as the Rambam says, and לא תרצח. לנפשותיכם, אחד דמכם, אף החונק עצמו. A man is hanging himself as a murderer. He killed a human being, who happens to be a human being himself. אף על פי even though don't think that murder is associated with blood being spilled, any way of committing suicide. Miyad kol chaya, look at the parenthesis there, לפי שחטאו דור המבול, והופקרו למאכל חיות רעות לשלוט בהם. Before, right in the beginning, predators were permitted to attack human beings as a punishment. לפיכך, I'm skipping half a line, הוצרך להזהיר עליהם את החיות. Okay. So the pasuk began committing suicide. ומיד האדם, מיד ההורג במזיד ואין עדים. If you kill on purpose but there are no witnesses, Hashem says,
I'll take care of it.
I'm going to take care of you.
Of course.
מיד יש אחיו, even if you kill someone who is like your brother, you love him like a brother, but you killed him accidentally, Hashem says, I'll take care of it. Im lo, unless, yigle, he goes to exile. ויבקש על עוונו להימחל, he goes to גלות, he is praying שאף השוגג, צריך כפרה. ואם אין עדים לחייבו גלות, but if there are no witnesses to force him to go to exile, והוא אינו נכנע, and on himself is not showing any remorse, any תשובה, הקדוש ברוך הוא דורש ממנו, Hashem says, I'll interfere to make sure he's being punished. כמו שדרשו רבותינו, והאלוקים the pasuk in Parashat Mishpatim. Sometimes people are being killed accidentally because they accidentally killed others and no one knew. הקדוש ברוך הוא מזמנם לפונדה כאחד. Okay. Now the next pasuk, look a second, pasuk vav again. שופך דם האדם באדם. What does it mean, שופך דם האדם באדם? So this is what Eli mentioned before. Look at the Rashi. שופך דם האדם באדם, דמו יישפך. אם יש עדים, if there are witnesses, המיתו אתם. למה? כי בצלם אלוקים עשה את האדם. Okay. But as Eli said, this is the source that abortion is assumed in the Torah. שופך דם האדם באדם. The unborn fetus is באדם. שופך, if you kill the unborn baby who is now באדם, דמו יישפך. the psukim are very clear. So look, we have in front of us. Now you try to look it by you. You have all the commentators looking. That's Kenim Balei Tosfos. I have 5 here, and I'll show you in a minute. And pasuk that's Kenim Balei Tosfos. Perek Chet pasuk Tet. So look a second. By you, all the way in the back, Chava. All the way in the back, Chava.
Perek Het Pasuk Het.
It's but in God's Kenim it's pasuk He. Perek Tet pasuk He. You take this, take this, take this. Look where we are looking. We have another one here. And we have 2 big ones. The big ones have also. Listen to me, Jack. Please listen. In the back, look on top, page Chafar.
This is not by negligence, right?
This is the close. I'll show you. You have it?
No, we have Tefilat HaShachar.
Look, everything. It's a symbol. Look a second. Okay, take this. Take this. Give me the book you have. Joseph, what's your question?
By mistake is not by negligence, right? It's different.
It's a big difference.
So
If you took your car to the mechanic and it tells you everything is fine, then you step on the brakes, somebody is crossing the street and your brakes fail. There's nothing there. It's called honest. You're right, the one you had. The one that you had.
So we'll return it.
funny, they look the same, but they're not the same.
Yes. Hey, Rabbi.
I hope I haven't people.
No, that particular.
Now listen carefully. It's normally you never see it. In the back, they bring you Rishonim like Tosfot and the Gemara. They wrote a commentary. And here the Bet Yosef and Siman Kuf Yudzayin covers it word by word. And the topic is: are you allowed to commit suicide if you are in a concentration camp? Are you allowed to commit suicide like Shaul HaMelech? Are you allowed? So if you have take the big book.
The children who jumped off the children who jumped off the boat.
Yeah.
Masada.
Okay, but you open the page. Shin it's what it is right here.
Today, there's a whole lot between Switzerland.
Oh, yeah.
You got a terminal, they go there,
It's
to check out.
too.
It's legal in a lot of Europe.
Listen,
You wanna make
Larry,
some
you have the
things
Dad
that
Kenim
you
Balei
organize,
Tosfot
you wanna make
Pasuk.
some-
Good.
Yes, thank you.
Here, what's it's interesting. Here, it's commentary on Chumash. Here, this is the Bet Yosef. The Bet Yosef copies the 2 opinions we are about to read. וכתוב באורחות חיים, you look inside, בבראשית רבה, this is now how it starts by you. He brings you the source. Can I have the Chumash? I'm telling you how it starts here. ואח עד ממכם. ואז כלים בבעלי התוספות, you see that?
That's common.
Ba'achet Timchem, right? Azhara lechonek tzmo.
Look with me. ואחד דמכם לנפשותיכם, אזהרה, it's a warning, וחולק את עצמו. You have it, yeah? You have it?
Yes.
Thank you. יכול, I would think, אפילו כחנניה, מישאל ועזריה, Nebuchadnezzar made a decree
Yeah, they jumped in the fire.
that every person has to bow down to an idol he made. Perhaps even they were not permitted. Talmud lomar ach. Ach is always but. But means there are exceptions. Joseph, you have it, Joseph?
Yeah.
Talmud lomar ach. Pirush. Listen carefully now. Shebishat hashmad. Shat hashmad means if the goyim are after us and they are trying to convert us, יכול למסור עצמו למיתה. You are permitted to commit suicide ולהרוג את עצמו אם הוא ירא, if he is afraid, שלא יוכל לעמוד בניסיון. If you are afraid, if they torture you, like Hananiah, Mishael, Azariah, you wouldn't be able to withstand the torturing, and therefore you might become a Christian like in the Crusades, let's say. So this is, according to this, you are permitted to do.
It's only with the intent of $1,000 or just torture. Because if it, no, they're not.
Well,
we just torture you because
We'll
you
talk a
requested the
minute.
Jew.
We'll talk a
Yeah,
minute about
tortures are
Eli
different.
Cohen or Barazani and Feinstein in 1947. in a minute. So again, the case that he is talking is this is Jewish history. Yes?
Yeah.
That if the Inquisition and you know that they captured you, they are going to force you, he said to commit suicide because they are going to force you to do something that you have to die for. אם הוא יראה שלא יוכל לעמוד בניסיון. וכן, according to this opinion now, remember this is opinion one, יכול אפילו כשאול בן קיש. See, this is already a different story, yes? שאם יראה שמא יעשו לו ייסורים קשים, שיכול למסור עצמו למיתה. Yes? Now Shaul is a totally different story. But in the King Shaul, I bring the second, please, the Sefer Shmuel. They give us five. Now you open a second Sefer Shmuel. In the back. The blue ones in the back. They are covered with the Sidurim.
But there are two stories of that.
So there is a story, the fellow that comes to David. We are going to read the original case. Sefer Shmuel Aleph, Perek Lamed Aleph. Sefer Shmuel Aleph, Perek. Shmuel Aleph, Perek Lamed Aleph. This is a war that Shaul knew that he is going to die. The Jewish people are fighting the Philistines. Look at Pasuk Aleph, just to have the background. פלישתים נלחמים בישראל. וינוסו אנשי ישראל מפני פלישתים. The Jews are under. ויפלו חללים בהר גלבוע. As every war, unfortunately, Jews are dying near this mountain. But of course, as every war, especially at that time, they are looking for their leaders. וידביקו פלישתים את שאול ואת בניו. The Plishtim are focusing on Shaul and his 2 or 3 children. ויכו פלישתים, first they killed את יונתן, we know very well יונתן, ואת אבינדב, second one, ואת מלכישוע בני שאול. So the Plishtim killed already the 3 children of Shaul. But of course, Shaul is surrounded. But תכבד המלחמה, now they are focusing אל שאול. וימצאו המורים אנשים בקשת. Now those with the sharp guns, the arrows, focused on him. ויחל מאוד. He was extremely frightened. I remember, it doesn't say yet that he is shot, but he's realizing they are focusing on him. ויאמר שאול אל נושא כליו, Shaul says to the soldier who carries his weapons, שלוף חרבך, pull out your sword, ודקרני, kill me. This is a Jewish guy. פן יבואו הערלים האלה, otherwise those פלישתים, ודקרוני, they would stab me, ויתעללו בי, they are going to humiliate my body. Yes, when he realizes that he's a focus now, it says open.
Now this is a Chilul Hashem, what would happen?
ולא אהבה נושא כליו, his helper couldn't do it. כי ירא מאוד. הירא, not is afraid from פלישתים. ירא is a religious man. ויקח שאול את החרב, ויפול עליה. So Shaul himself took his own sword and he falls on it. וירא נושא כליו, his helper noticed כי מת שאול, ויפול גם הוא אחריו. He also committed suicide. Vayamat imo. So here is an open text. It's Shaul. Vayamat Shaul ושלושת בניו. Shaul and three children. So he died by himself. His three children. בנושא כליו גם כל אנשיו ביום ההוא יחדיו, many of his lawyers. ויראו אנשי ישראל אשר בעבר העמק ואשר בעבר הירדן, tens of thousands of Jews realized the king, כי נסו אנשי ישראל וכי מתו שאול ובניו. See, in the time of biblical times, killing the leader basically creates fear, and all the soldiers are deserting. People are living now in the cities. They left the cities. They ran away. So here it's an open text that Shaul committed suicide, and he is saying the reason he gave is ויבואו הרעילים האלה ותקראו לי והתעללו בי. How would you translate the word והתעללו בי, Larry?
They mocked me. It's the same. It's the like you said. It's the same. They're using it a lot now in Israel. They would mitolelim on the Chatufim.
This is exactly what this is the pasuk.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
את אשר התעללתי מצרים ואת אותי אשר שמתי בהם.
Hashem says to Moshe, we have to remember how Hashem was mocked. See, over there by Mitzrayim, the word to use is, I made a mockery of them. Here, it means in a physical way.
So we're not talking about the humiliation of the man, we're talking about what the man represents. It's a much bigger hello Hashem. Not just individual, it's knocking the
and Eli mentioned it before. So some commentators say it's not so much his personal suffering
one for the team, so
as the humiliation for the Jewish people. Our king, this is our king. And later you see they decapitated his head. And they hung his head.
Sure.
So Moshe, I'm sorry, Shaul doesn't want to happen. Let's go back now to
It's happened anyway, Rabbi. So maybe he should have let them do the end game.
There's a difference.
If you
he
read
did it himself, it wasn't that
if you read what the Plishtim did for Shimshon, they jailed him after they shaved his head. They put him in a cage, like in a zoo. And everyone came to make fun of him.
It might even be the same word there too, actually.
יכול להיות.
I'll look it up.
Let's read again now. The pasuk says we are not allowed to commit suicide. Perhaps even in a situation of Shat Hashmad, like Hananiah, Mishael, Azariah, Talmud lomar ach. Remember, ach means but, it's always a miut, an exception. פירוש, שבשעת השמד יכול למסור עצמו למיטה ולהרוג את עצמו, אם הוא ירא, if you're afraid, שלא יוכל לעמוד בניסיון. וכן, remember, this is the first opinion, יכול אפילו כשאול בן קיש, שאם ירא, you see this? שאם ירא ששמא יעשו לו איסורים קשים, שיכול למסור עצמו למיטה, מותר. See if he is afraid. So let's say in the case of the famous Israeli spy in Syria, right? Theoretically speaking, after they discovered him, this is a very famous case in 1947. The British found two members of the Lehi group, Barazani, a Jewish boy from Iraq, and Feinstein. And they told them, we're going to hang you. Someone smuggled them the hand grenade. And the plan was that as they are coming to take them out, they'll blow themselves and
the
there were the two other people there. So Rabbi Aryeh Levin found out, his friends told him, and he went to the jail cell to try to convince them not to do it. But to realize over there, what's the difference over there between this case and the case?
They're going to kill the other two.
They're not going to be tortured, but they're going to be humiliated publicly, which means
They
here,
come out after
Kacha
the rest of the
Yaseh,
Jews.
like, this is what we are going to do to all your friends if you are trying to stop us, the Brits, to do.
In some ways, it's similar to what we just heard.
But over there, it's much further.
Because they'll have.
It's like you're making a statement. Shaul is the king. This is two members of a fighting group who believe that they know what to do. So he was trying to convince them very much, and they told him that they believe that this is important. And of course, they did blow themselves.
Oh, wow.
They did very famous. You see over there, you can see very well that it's far from Shaul. By Shaul, I am the king. You do understand that Lehi, if you know the history of Israel, the people of Ben Gurion hated Lehi. And the people, not everyone agreed in what they do. They believe that they do. What they do is right. Of course, depends who is going to go to, depends who is monumentals, yes or no. Fine. Fine. So this is one. Now listen how it continues. Umikan, listen, this is frightening now. Umikan, so remember, we started Hananiah, Mishael, Azariah. We moved to Shaul. Now listen to this now. ומכאן מביאים ראיה השוחטים תינוקות בשעת השמד. In the Crusades, if you really read, and by Yaslaris and the Kinot Tisha B'Av, that communities, when the Crusaders came, communities, yeah?
Is that the story of Chana v'Shiva Baneha Gamkein?
Yeah, this is much further. We're talking about the Crusades. The Crusaders.
Right.
Baneha, the king killed them. This is people killed each other, even babies. So here is, they say, we know that the Crusaders are going to kidnap the babies and turn them into Christians. And you realize this is the babies. The babies are not going to be tortured so much, but they're going to be
Converted, so to speak.
converted.
Yeah. It's happening now in Russia and Ukraine. The first lady appealed to Putin. Give the Ukrainians back their children. They took children from Ukraine and put them to Russia. It's happening now.
So this is opinion one. Listen to this now. So remember, the first interpretation is that the word ach, which means but.
Yeah.
This is permitted, right? Look again at the pasuk. Ach et imchem lenafshetechem et rosh. If people commit suicide, it's murder. Ach, but Hananiah, Mishael, Azariah, but Shaul, but the babies in the Crusades. The second interpretation is the exact opposite, ממש לא. ויש אוסרים ומפרשים, אך תלמוד לומר, אך שאינו יכול להרוג את עצמו. וחנניה, מישאל ועזריה מסרו עצמם ביד אחרים, אבל הם לא פגעו בעצמם. חנניה, מישאל ועזריה were killed by the Nebuchadnezzar butchers, but not themselves. Or if you remember the story in the Gemara that the Romans wrapped the Sefer Torah around.
Oh, yeah. Burnt it.
Like Rabbi Hanina ben Tradion, and his students are told him, why don't you remove some of the soaked
Maybe you'll die faster.
Fugims.
Right, I cannot do it. Why can't you do it here?
But he allowed the Romans.
He says, yeah. But
Well, he didn't want to do it. He didn't want to do it.
He's dying
He had no
anyway.
role in
The
it,
question
no
is,
role.
should you die 5 minutes earlier and not suffer or not? But this is exactly what it says here. Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah did not commit suicide. They exposed themselves openly, even though they knew that they are going to be killed.
Things can happen. Like, why should you really take your life? Maybe something miraculous will happen.
maybe it's in the movies or in 007.
No, in the Avodah Zarah case.
No,
maybe
no.
the government is gonna change.
Don't we have a thing, you have a knife at the neck, they still have to have tefillot?
There's no question that you can pray as much as you want. This is the point.
No, but in Avodah Zarah case, okay, they force you say yes, and then the regime change, and Russia gives back the kids, and the mother takes care of it. So why should you really kill yourself?
Let's continue. Shaul ben Kish, according to the second opinion, Shalom v'ratzon chachamim asaf. The second opinion says Shaul was wrong. Shaul was wrong to ask his helper to do it. Shaul was wrong to fall on his sword. Mamash, two opposite. Shalom v'ratzon chachamim asaf. I mean, listen, the end is a very fighting. Umaaseh. Remember, this is written 800 years ago.
Well, that's why the story, wait a second, that's why the story is even better on the second story, because in the second story, the guy killed him. So that makes it, he didn't kill himself, the other person killed him.
This is why, if you learn Tanakh well, when the messenger comes to David, he's hinting to David that he had a hand in it. And then David told him, I killed you. Look further. ומעשה ברב אחד ששחט תינוקות הרבה עיר ג'וזף בשעת השמד. Listen to this. שעת השמד is the Crusades. שירא שיעבירו מרדה. They knew that the Crusaders are coming in, and all the Jewish communities that they passed, either you converted to Christianity or they killed you. So he, in advance, killed babies. והיה עמו רב אחר, another rabbi in the same group, וכעס עליו. He was very angry at him. וקראו, and he told the rabbi who kills the babies, רוצח, you're a murderer. והוא, the one that unfortunately killed the babies, לא חש לדבריו. I believe that it's מותר. ואמר הרב המונע, the one that was protesting, told him, אם כדבריי, the protester said,
Wow.
if I am right, יהרג אותו רב במצב משונה. If I am right, you should die in a very strange way.
Yeah, but also if that's the case, if he thought he was right, doesn't he have an obligation to kill the
No,
Rav?
see, I think
Because-
you should be killed. Doesn't
No,
he
he-
kill other people, kill children,
no,
first of all.
But he
This
could
is-
kill the
this is-
killer.
This
of
is why
babies,
the
right?
other
'Cause it's
rabbi,
stopping him
this is
from,
why the other rabbi,
It's an odeh.
Jack, this is why the other rabbi was upset. Says, let's say Shaul, it's either I'm asking my helper or I'm committing suicide. But to
Right.
kill him,
Yeah.
And source also the children fall into
Yeah.
I mean,
Wow.
and
who
remember,
knows
it
what the
seems for me that it's not his own children only.
Yeah,
of course.
yeah,
No,
children. The question is after the fact or before the fact, or in the
Well,
middle of it?
let's read the end of the
Yeah.
story.
Wow.
And the rabbi who is protesting is telling you, if I am right and you are wrong, you should die in a strange way. וכן היה, שתפסו the Crusaders, captured this rabbi who killed the babies, and they skinned off his skin. ונותנים חול, I remember the first time I saw it, and they put sand between the skin, I mean, they tortured him really.
Yeah.
ואחר כך נתבטלה הגזרה. And then, afterwards, the decree, ואם לא שחט אותם, he did not
They would be fine.
kill the babies, אפשר שהיו ניצולים, ולא היו הורגים אותם.
Chance for them to get saved.
I mean, Crusader, they're gonna pass by and you
No,
convert.
no,
And then when
no,
they go-
Joseph,
Go back.
but if you read, it's such a simple. Man. Many of them made sure that it's not only you bow down to the cross once, and would bow, you can go back to your siddur.
No, they put in.
I wish he brought the children that jumped off the boat. How would he, deal with that?
maybe they
Over
will be
there,
paid.
you know what I mean? See,
Maybe they will be
Eli says the story in the Gemara in Gittin, and the 400 boys, very good-looking boys and girls, they were put on the boat by the Romans, and they realized they got being picked to be male and female,
Prostitute.
yeah,
Abused.
like prostitutes. So over there, this is what ייהרג ולא יעבור בגילוי עריות. What is ייהרג ולא יעבור בגילוי עריות שפיכות דמים? Remember, he's not talking now, Eli. He's not talking now that if someone comes to us, theoretically speaking, with a gun, yes, says here, accept Christianity, here's this is the halacha,
This is the one
even if
legitimate
the
act.
boys, even if the boys and the girls were permitted to do it, you're on the ocean now. You're not in Rome yet. You're not. So
But
listen.
wait until maybe your master
Right,
like you,
right.
he's not gonna rape you.
Like, this is the question. It's obvious. It's obvious that they were chosen for that. But the question is, can you do it? So the Gemara says that the girls jumped first and then the boys followed them, and the Gemara is praising it. Wow. But you see over there is they know for sure that they are facing a situation that halacha. Yeah. So listen to this now. וזה לשון רבנו ירוחם. Because remember, this is a very, remember, I'm reading it to you from the Bet Yosef, you realize? If you, in your book, this is commentary on Chumash. It's your opinion.
Yeah, it's not, by the way, yours is not exactly what here, it's the wording is a little different, the concept is the same.
It's the same.
But the Bet Yosef brings it in his commentary on Shulchan Aruch, which means there are two opinions here.
Yeah.
Remember, if you read, there's a famous Rabbi Oshri, he wrote books on questions that he was asked during the Holocaust. So one of the questions is exactly that. The guy says, I can't take it anymore. Is he allowed to jump on the wires around the camp? The wires were electrified. And to see over there, it's not that no one is trying to make him a Christian. I can't take it.
But the question in the Gemara, which was very interesting, is which is worse, to be killed or torture?
Right.
So even even in torture, in certain situations, you can.
Eli is saying that the Gemara says in Ketuvot, Het Hananiah, Mishael, V'Azariah, who were ready to give their life, being tortured, perhaps they wouldn't be able to withstand it, and they would accept the idol of Nebuchadnezzar.
Right.
After the fact,
they don't have
Gemara
to
praises them. But it is a normal thing to do for the Gemara. But would the Gemara encourage people to do that?
Okay,
My
so
question is that.
this is why we're getting the two. This is the two opinions.
Because they don't want it to be wasting their life like that.
Studying history to learn guidance.
Here, look, I mean, a good example is Joseph. People that just came in Machshimam from Hamas, yes? I mean, some of them were treated more or less humane, more or less. But some of them were treated like garbage. Many people from Nova committed suicide already. Yes?
Yeah.
There were two recently, right after the hostages were released, two committed suicide. One was a boyfriend or a girlfriend. They saw their boyfriend shot and killed in front of them.
Yeah, it's very different. But when you see that this is human nature, Joseph, sometimes you can't take it anymore. But look what he says now. Look further. וזה לשון רבנו ירוחם, רבנו ירוחם is one of the early ראשונים. כתבו הפוסקים, you don't have it.
No.
So you take this here.
It's fine.
כתבו הפוסקים, אם רוצה להחמיר על עצמו, להיהרג בצנעה על שאר מצוות רשאי. Here's a very fascinating question, Joseph. Two Italians are coming to a religious guy. He has a cigarette. Light it on Shabbat. You're supposed to light it.
Yeah.
Whatever people say, no, I'm going to show you that Shabbat for me is more important in my life. According to the Rambam,
That's a machloket.
Rambam says you must save your life. Rabbeinu Yerucham says you're not obligated to give your life, but if you, now the question is, according to the Rambam, is it like I'm committing suicide now or not? So he says no. אם רוצה להחמיר על עצמו, להיהרג בצנעה, רשאי. And it's not considered suicide.
Would Rambam say it's
But
suicide?
the
Rambam would go that far.
The Rambam says asur.
Even though he says asur, may not be suicide
So
though.
tomorrow we'll see that the Kesef Mishneh brings that if it's a great person like Rabbi Akiva, that is going to be a role model for others, then it's mutar. Right. So this is what some people claim by Shaul, exactly as you said, yes. ודווקא שהגוי מתכוון להעבירו, only if the guy says, I'm doing it to show you your religion is garbage.
Yeah.
If he's saying, listen, I want someone to light my cigarette.
No.
So he's doing it for his own pleasure.
It's not a message.
The two examples in the Gemara is if a guy tells you, Shabbat, I want you to cut the grass in my lawn. If he says, I need a worker, do we do it? Then everyone agrees you cannot allow him to kill you. If he says, I simply want to show you that your religion is nothing, then
Well, don't we have a case if it's in front of 10 people or just one person? So that becomes a little more of a statement when it's in front of 10 people.
this opinion that we just said, even if it's
Single,
private,
but it could be a broadcast, so to speak. So Rabbi Yishmael, who argues for that?
Who?
Rabbi
No,
Yishmael.